Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, it's all been going on in government and parliament this last week. Of course, we had the autumn statement, and then yesterday, at time of recording this, I recorded on a Tuesday morning, in Parliament was introduced the Leasehold and Freehold Reform Bill, which is looking to stop the creation of new leases for houses. It's a practice that was introduced quite recently, actually, where you've got, 20 years or so, you've got these developments that are done with houses, which would normally be freehold, but they have leasehold. And it's a way for developers to get more money out of people, very sadly. They have to extend their leases or they demand money to manage the estate. And it's felt that that's been unfair for quite some time. So they're going to be abolished, and they're going to make it easier for those with existing leases to get out of expensive ground rent and have a right to manage their own estate. So there'll be no more leases created for houses, which is great, and also much easier, therefore, to sell on because of getting rid of bad ground rent. It can cause big issues when you have an escalating ground rent on a property, be that a flat or a house. So looking to get rid of that because it can cause real problems because of possession laws of lenders. It's complicated. Anyone wants to talk to me about it, give me a call. But yeah, it will make it a lot better. And the King's speech alluded to this happening. So great to see that introduced into Parliament, and standard lease extensions will now go from 90 years to 999 years. So that's great. And of course, last week, Jeremy Hunt delivered the autumn statement. There was high hopes that he would address stamp duty for first-time buyers and downsizers, helping first-time buyers get on the property ladder, and then downsizers who are sat in very expensive properties being encouraged to sell those to free them up for families and move into more appropriate accommodation for them in view of how much it costs to run these big houses. And also maybe looking at inheritance tax as well, and also making it better for landlords. The private rental sector has been hit by rising mortgage rates, which in turn has been passed on to tenants because the landlord is facing a higher cost for that property and therefore passing that on to the tenant. So hope that there will be help to encourage landlords to stay in the market or invest further in it. But it was very, very lacklustre. None of that was done. The biggest news, the extension of the mortgage guarantee scheme. That's basically where it was introduced in March 2021. It was due to finish this December. It's been extended to June 2025, and that basically means that the government will back buyers if they've only got they need to have a 5% deposit, and then the government will guarantee to the lender the next 15% up to 600,000, therefore making lenders happier about lending more money. So that's being extended. That's really welcome news, and also making it easier to convert houses into flats, house into two flats. They've simplified planning laws. So that was it, really. But of course, there's a general election coming. They might be keeping things up their sleeve for the spring budget, maybe go for a bit of an election winner campaign, although the polls are very much suggesting that we're going to see a change of government. They might be trying that as a final call, but who knows? Well, I'm just about to write an article for Times of Tunbridge Wells looking back at the year, and house price growth is obviously going to be in there, or the lack of it over this year. That's what you might think. It's not been true of all parts of the country. So certainly here in the southeast, we have seen house prices reduce, but in other parts of the world, the northwest is up 2.5%, Scotland 1.9%, northeast 1.3%, Yorkshire and Humber 0.2%, and Wales 0.1%. So it's not all bad news, but do look out for next week's edition of Times of Tunbridge Wells. It comes out on the Tuesday. Sort of lands everywhere on the Wednesday. I'll be printing my summary of what this year has been and what I think for the year ahead. Big congratulations to Kumquat here on the Pantiles for winning the big reveal, and to Eggs 11 for the most creative. Devastated as always that my window didn't win. I thought it was really pretty. I'm already thinking about next year's. I'm gonna get there one year. And I have just posted my first of my snippets into my house build for things that I've loved about it and have gone really well. So do look at that. And finally, a beautiful new property that we have launched on Madeira Park. 1.45 million, really spacious, great reception rooms, great number of bedrooms, beautiful landscape gardens, and what an address. I live just around the corner. It's a beautiful part of the town to live in. So give us a call if you want more details. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.